What would your perfect date with your significant other, spouse, yeah, consist of?
For me, a perfect date, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you shopping for something to wear. I'm gonna get your hair done, get your nails done, pick you up in my double R. Probably got 1,000 roses in the Rolls Royce.
This is arguably one of the worst ways to get any type of girl to like you. And you could immediately see the shock in the other guy's face, like, what is bro saying? Like, my brother in Christ, you're making this harder for yourself. You're shooting from the moon. In recent years, the Pop the Balloon show has probably become the most popular dating show in our society today. Whether you might like that show or not, its impact on both culture and entertainment is undeniable, as every single content creator has tried to recreate their own version of the Pop the Balloon show.
Alright, so like, ladies, how y'all feeling based on Wait, the fuck?
Though a lot of people do hate the show because certain creators have taken a simple concept of a speed dating idea and over-sexualized it to the point of irritation for viewers. But for the most part, I'd actually argue that the show is really entertaining if done right. I'd even say the Pop the Balloon show is educational because the types of people that come on that show either remind you of the type of people you really want to avoid or the type of people you would hate to be in life. And there's no bigger clown that should remind any guy to abstain from being this kind of person ever than this cornball right here. See, Mozzie is the prime example of an actual goofball. If there was anybody who consumed all the red pill nonsense in the world and was Andrew Tate's top follower, if there was a guy who watched a Fresh and Fit podcast every day and tried to apply that to his daily life, it literally would be this guy. This man has somehow deluded himself into thinking that he's a quote-unquote high-value man because he believes him being wealthy should automatically have all the girls drooling to be with him. And I kid you not when I tell you that this is literally bro's whole personality.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
And what do you do?
I own a trucking company and a car wash.
Okay.
I'm getting money. For real.
Very cool. So what are some things you like to do for fun?
Travel, book private jets, yachts, and pop bottles in clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
This man is overly trying to play the perfect role for the HUD, script in hand and everything. This man will not lose any XP.
Yeah, boy.
There's not one part of that answer that was original, and every girl in this video could spot it from a mile away. When someone asks you what you like to do for fun, booking private jets, yachts, and popping bottles in clubs are not necessarily things that are reflective of your personality. They're rather a reflection of your wealth, affluence, and your ability to do things that the average person can't. And the average person could really tell that he was trying really hard to portray a cool personality in his mind of what girls are supposed to expect and like about a quote-unquote rich guy, only to look like a cornball in front of the girls. Like, they clearly weren't feeling it. And this is probably the worst way to butcher a very simple question, because you're not only just passing up an easy opportunity to give more insight about yourself that could potentially attract the ladies, you're literally using it as an opportunity to flex, like you already didn't do that when you introduced yourself.
Travel, book private jets, yachts, and pop bottles in clubs.
This man got the diamond bling on, he got the designer shoes on. The guy literally looks like Biggie Cheese from the Barnyard. Like, we get it, bro, you have money. But this guy happens to miss the only step that actually matters, which is sharing information about yourself that would either make you stand out really well or would make you interesting enough that the girls now want to know more about you. I mean, girls aren't drooling over Duke Dennis because he's the richest man in the world. And if this method really worked, I'd be pulling up to a room full of hus with a freaking Omnitrix on. Behavior like this is not attractive. If anything, girls even find this really corny, and they're gonna reject you on the spot.
And Alexis, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Well, Mozzie, you're very handsome, but
Thank
your aesthetic is not normally my aesthetic.
Okay. And Shania, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Just a bit much. Like, you got a lot going on. I'm okay.
Hey.
I'm Wakuna. I'm 36, and I popped because of the reason the book girls gave. Just because,
I got too much going on.
yeah.
As a certified shooter myself, I'm talking a 99 overall perimeter threat.
Stop the cap.
I always advise people not to feel discouraged after a rejection. At the end of the day, a shooter's gonna shoot. You're not guaranteed to make everything. But if every girl in the room is starting to reject you for the exact same reason, maybe you need to realize that your jump shot is just buns. And I completely understand that people have different versions or variations to their jump shot, but going 0 for 4 within only 50 seconds of meeting this girl is diabolical. My brother in Christ, you're well on your way to shooting tour dates. Shooting brick after brick after brick should let the normal human being know that something is terribly wrong. It's time to go back to the drawing board. Like, your method hasn't worked once.
What would your perfect date with your significant other, spouse, yeah, consist of?
For me, a perfect date, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you shopping for something to wear. I'm gonna get your hair done, get your nails done, pick you up in my double R. Probably got 1,000 roses in in the Rolls Royce. After that, I mean, shit, we gonna just go with the day. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real. So we gonna just go with the day. That's if we in the city. If we not taking no trip, like I said, I'm pick you up, double R, roses, all that, the whole thing. You done got your hair done, nails done, you dressed to impress, whatever. We both looking good. We gonna go out to eat, fine dining. We might go to a club, and then after that, you know, we might just go get some massages or something like that.
Do you notice how he's just starting to rant about things that don't even really make sense? Bro listed like 8 things they're supposed to do throughout the day, and that's excluding him paying for her to get her hair and her nails done. Bro's even offering to pay for a fit. Like, at what point of the day are you supposed to get all of these things done and still have a 10 out of 10 day? Like, damn, Brody, we don't have 72 hours in a day. That makes no type of sense. And that's because he's really just saying things that he thinks she's gonna like, or things that he genuinely thinks girls like or expect from a rich guy like himself. And the average person with a functioning brain knows that overemphasizing the grandiose things that you could be doing throughout a day does not necessarily mean that that makes it a 10 out of 10 day. And that's why Brody over in the back is looking at him crazy, because he can't even believe what he's hearing. This guy might have thought he was cooking by saying all the fancy things in the world, but rather than saying things that he was actually interested in, which could have been potentially an interesting day to the girl, his overly invested statements in solely impressing the girl ironically ended up with him describing what I would call a really exhausting day. And bro did all that just to have zero type of play.
So that we're gonna have you pop 2 balloons. Come on back up here to the front with me. Unless you wanna, you know who balloons you gonna pop already. Okay.
I don't even wish this level of embarrassment on my enemies, but there really has to be some point where you come to a realization that you're really just corny. The fact that you're supposed to be the richest man in there and no girl wants you still speaks volumes. I mean, bro keeps taking non-stop L's. Bro's 0 for 40 with no type of wins in sight, and he's perhaps the prime example that no amount of money you make or say you make can make you less lame. Like, I will never really understand why certain people think coming up on some money makes you Superman in front of the huz. Now, I'm not saying that money doesn't make you any more attractive than you are, or it's not an essential part of your attractiveness, but a lot of people tend to forget that it's just a tool that adds to your value as a person. Just like your career or your fashion taste are a reflection of your personality, having money could definitely make you a lot cooler than who you were when you had only $20 to your name, but it should never be the focal point of who you are as a person. And I really find it odd that it's a 38-year-old with this mindset who's really trying his hardest to bag these girls by putting on a false image of who he is and telling them how much he can spend on them or how much money he makes. Like, bro, that's a 15-year-old's outlook on life. Like, my god, you're quite literally pushing the age of 40. Shouldn't you be leading a family of 5? Brody's missing out on a life where he should have a minivan with 3 kids in the back all dressed up and ready for school. By the age of 38, I already expect you to be a master on the grill. You have absolutely no business in a white room trying to run game on girls with that tight ass fit on. All these side missions that you're running doesn't even matter, You're bagging absolutely 0 girls. Like, brother, you're 0 for 40, man. Hang it up. Your time has come. The game has officially left you, You're washed. But jokes aside though, if there are 2 things anyone can learn from this video, it's to not be one of those lame dudes that think money just makes you automatically a god. Money is just an essential tool in your life that amplifies who you are, whether that be good or bad. It does not automatically make you a phenomenal person. And last but not least, don't spend 38 years on earth without knowing how to be an original or genuine person. Nobody wants to end up like this guy, because that would just make you a loser. Anyways, please like the video if you enjoyed. I would love to hear your comments about this down below. And be sure to leave a sub if you want more content like this.